I'm going to show you how to replace a windshield washer fluid pump motor thing on your Honda Accord 2011 and newer. Some of the newer models have the same construction. So the first thing you need to do is take off the bumper, which is fairly simple. It's popped in place with pop rivets, which you can see over here. And once you take these rivets out, you can access the windshield washer fluid pump area. As you can see, I've already put the new one in. I've taken the old one out. It was fairly simple. There was a lot of gunk inside of the windshield washer fluid tank, so you have to drain all that out and then put the new one in, and I even cleaned out the inside so that it would work better. And then you have to refill it after you install your windshield washer fluid. You have to take this wire out here and take this fluid wire out as well, and then you can take the pump out. It's fairly simple, but that's pretty much how it goes. So yeah, those are the steps. To begin this operation, you need to remove 2 screws, and you need a Phillips head screwdriver for that. And each screw is right here where this connection point is. There's a screw that goes up in here and keeps these two together. So you have to unscrew that screw, hold on to it on both sides of the car. So these are the only 2 screws you're actually unscrewing. The rest of the car, rest of this assembly is held together with the pop rivets. Before you start, you need to have some tools ready. Primarily a flathead screwdriver, and you can get one of these doohickeys. It's not that important, but you can. It's actually a flathead screwdriver is the most important to get this operation done. And then you need to get some fasteners that look like this. And this is what you're going to need to replace, because a lot of these will break when you pull them out of the original unit. First thing you do is you have to take this unit off, this protecting sheath, and then you take the entire bumper off to get to the windshield washer fluid pump, which is directly under that part of the bumper right there. So you can't get in from behind the tire. The Honda Civics allow you to access the pump from behind the tire. So if you peel this back, you can get in there and get to the pump. Whereas on a Honda Accord, you cannot do that. Year 2011 and newer. Begin by removing the rivets. To do this, put your screwdriver underneath and you pop it up. And then after you pop it up, it comes right out. And you do that for all of these. And that lets you access, take the bumper off. So when the top pops out, it becomes narrower, allowing you to pull the entire unit out. So when you reinstall it, all you have to do is just pop the top in, and it expands and keeps it in place. You have to remove the rivets from the bottom of the bumper, and they're all along the bottom of the bumper here, as well as the middle here. You have to remove all of those rivets from along the bumper. Now the way to remove these rivets is to put your screwdriver underneath this little opening here, and then pop the top off. And that'll allow you to remove the whole thing. Like that. So once that top is popped off, you can remove the entire rivet. And there you go. Keep in mind when you're removing the rivets directly behind this protector piece, you don't need to remove, because these are holding this protector piece in place. So you only have to remove the rivets up here along this back line, the rivets back there, but not these rivets. When you have all the rivets out, it's pretty easy to pull the entire bumper off. When you have the bumper off, you can access the windshield washer fluid pump area. When you get to this point, this is the easy part. You just remove the wires coming in from the top, and then the fluid tube going out the left. Be sure to also replace the rubbery air flange thing that connects to the bottom of the original pump. Remove that from the original pump and add it onto your replacement pump. I used this specific replacement pump, but you can use any one you would like. When you're done installing the new pump, be sure to refill all the windshield washer fluid that you drained out originally. Use new fluid because the old fluid may be dirty and grimy, which caused the original pump to fail in the first place. So when you have all the new fluid in there, ensure that the new pump works by turning on your car and trying the windshield washer fluid. When that's done, you can go ahead and replace the bumper An easy way to put the bumper back on is to hang it on these little pegs here, and then you can screw in all the bolts needed after it's hanging there. You snap in the sides, and it's pretty easy to go from there. But this is the first step. It's hang either side of the top of the bumper in these little holes, and it'll keep it in place while you pop the rest in. It's pretty simple. You just line it up and you pop it in. So we have one side popped in, and then there's a screw that holds this side in, so it's okay if it doesn't look like it's all the way in. You can see this side kind of fell off the peg, so we have to lift it up and get it onto the peg like that, and then you can easily start popping in around the light. And so make sure it's above that bracket when you install it. Alright, so now that you have it on, it looks like it's on completely, but you have to put in all of the rivets that we talked about, or whatever these things are called.
And before you start putting all the pop rivets back in, it'd be wise to find the screws that you took out earlier and put them back into the fender where you removed them right here, and install those back in on both sides of the fender, in front of the passenger side tire as well as on the driver's side.
Now you also have this top here. This goes over the bumper like so. And just make sure you put it in right, and you pop that into place, which holds the bumper down. So that has to be removed when you start this operation. So now that we have that top protector sheet on, we can install the rivets. So you pretty much keep the top separated from the base, and you slide it in there. You slide the base in as far as you can so it's flush with the bottom. And one way you can do that is to use one of these handy dandy tools.
Be sure to pop in the rivets underneath the bumper as well. You have the ones that go along the outside as well as the ones that go along the center line in the middle of the bumper. Now when you have all those rivets popped in, make sure you check that you have them all along the bottom of the bumper as well as the top.
And when all those pop rivets are in place, your car is done. You have to make sure all the pop rivets are in place on the top of your car as well as under the bumper.